Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the wildest, most unhinged drama our favorite hospital has ever served up. Grab your iced coffees and buckle up, because we have so much to unpack, and my mind is literally blown right now. Oh my god. I'm screaming. I can't even deal right now. Okay, but listen. I was eating dinner and literally choked on my pasta. Like, actually had to gasp for air and text my friend immediately because my brain short-circuited. Sonny Corinthos, yes, the Sonny Corinthos, the man who has run the Port Charles underworld for literally over 3 decades, with an iron fist and a closet full of expensive suits, actually did it. He looked 88 Justine Turner right in her eyes and told her he is officially walking away from the mob. I am not joking. He is out. He wants a clean, legitimate life. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen because, honestly, who saw this coming? I mean, we knew he was transitioning, Maurice Bernard even teased it, but seeing him actually stand there in the cinematic lighting of his penthouse, looking so vulnerable and desperate for a normal life, I was hyperventilating. But wait, before that happened actually, I need to set the scene, because the tension was so thick, you could literally cut it with a knife. Justine has been so traumatized. She was literally held hostage at gunpoint by Jen Sidwell, which is insane by the way, and she has been questioning everything. She's the assistant district attorney. She prosecutes the exact kind of criminals Sonny has been dealing with for 30 years. And she was sitting there listening to Sonny make this grand, sweeping declaration about wanting peace, wanting a family, wanting to wake up without looking over his shoulder. He wants to take her on public dates. Without bodyguard, my jaw dropped. The cinematography was giving me absolute chills. The camera slowly panning around them, the soft shadows. It was so dramatic. And then, the twist. The twist that literally sent me into orbit. Justine is pregnant. I'm dead. I actually cannot breathe. Justine Turner is carrying Sonny Corinthos' baby. I paused my TV. I had to walk around my living room for 10 minutes just to process the sheer magnitude of Justine's face when she realized it. Give this woman an Emmy right now, seriously. She was looking down at that test. Her hands were shaking. The tears were welling up in her eyes, and you could just see her entire life flashing before her eyes and crashing down into a million tiny, jagged pieces. She needs to get it together, I swear, but honestly, I don't blame her for totally losing her mind. She is a high-profile ADA. If the district attorney's office finds out she is pregnant with the child of the most notorious former mob boss on the eastern seaboard, her career is over. Done. Finished. Cancelled. The audacity of the writers to throw this at us right when Sonny is trying to be not okay. I'm done. But also, I am so here. Okay, where was I? Right, so Justine is having a total psychological meltdown in her bathroom. She is pacing back and forth, and the internal monologue she must be having is literally tearing her apart. On one hand, she has Sonny, who's looking at her with these big, soulful, puppy dog eyes, promising her the world. He wants this. He has always craved a peaceful family life. A life where his kids don't have to dodge bullets or get kidnapped by rivals. He is so desperate to prove to her that he has changed, that the blood is washed off his hands, and that he can be the man she needs. But Justine is a realist. She knows the law, and she knows this. Why would he do that? Why would he get her pregnant right when everything is in transition? I know like how biology works, but seriously, the timing is unhinged. Justine is terrified, and I mean absolutely paralyzed with fear, that Sonny's dark, bloody past is going to curse this innocent little baby. I forgot to mention earlier, but we have to remember her trauma. She had a gun shoved in her face by Sidwell. She knows exactly what Sonny's enemies look like. She knows they don't care about his retirement. To the criminal underworld, Sonny stepping down doesn't make him a civilian, it makes him a target. And what is a bigger target than a brand new, vulnerable baby? This child is literally the ultimate weakness. At this point, I am literally screaming at my television, Justine, run! But also, Justine, hug him! I am so conflicted! She is seriously contemplating the most impossible choices right now. She is weighing whether she should keep the baby and risk everything, her life, the child's life, her entire hard-earned legal career, or if she should terminate the pregnancy. Yes, she is actually thinking about it, and the emotional weight of that decision is crushing. Or worse, she is thinking about completely ending the relationship with Sonny, walking away from the man she loves to protect herself and her job. And don't even get me started on that. If she dumps Sonny now, after he just literally gave up his entire empire for her, it will destroy him. It will absolutely shatter him. Sonny is standing there, laying his soul bare, telling her that he is a changed man. He is practically begging her to believe in this new, legitimate. He wants to prove that he is more than his past. But how can he? How can you erase 30 years of mob wars, explosions, and vendettas? You can't. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, the enemy. We have to talk about the enemy. Jen Sidwell might be heading to Pentonville, but there are a million other sharks. The moment the underworld sniffs out that Sonny Corinthos has a pregnant ADA girlfriend, it is going to be open. Mark my words, this is going to end badly. I am calling it right now. Someone is going to put a hit out, or try to kidnap her, or use this baby as leverage to force Sonny back into the life he just swore he was leaving. The tension between them in that room is literally suffocating. Justine is looking at Sonny, and you can see the love, but you can also see the sheer, unadulterated terror. She is an officer of the court. She is supposed to put bad guys away, and now she is carrying the legacy of the biggest bad guy of them all. The irony is so cinematic I actually can't handle it. I was literally biting my nails. Sonny is trying to reach for her, trying to pull her into his arms to reassure her that everything is going to be fine. He's using that soft, gravelly voice of his, telling her that he will protect her, that his new legitimate power is just as strong as his old mob. He's telling her that no one will ever touch her or their child. But Justine pulls away. She pulls away. The gasp I let out. I literally scared my... She steps back, wrapping her arms around herself because she feels so incredibly exposed. I don't know if I can do this, Sonny, she says, and her voice is cracking, and my heart is cracking, and the whole world is just falling apart. She tells him that his past isn't just something he can take off like a jacket. It's a part of him. It's the air he breathes. And she is terrified that this baby is going to suffer. Sonny's reaction is just, wow. He looks like he has been physically struck. The pain in his eyes is so raw. He wants this family so badly. After all the tragedy he has endured, after all the times his lifestyle has hurt Dante, Michael, Christina, Avery, and Donna, he sees this new baby with Justine as his ultimate redemption. His chance to finally get it right from the very beginning, without the shadow of the mob hanging over them. He is so determined to prove he is a changed man. He is practically vibrating with this intense, desperate need to make her see that they can have a normal life. But Justine is crying now, full-on sobbing, because she knows that normal is a word that doesn't exist in Sonny Corinthos' dictionary. She is looking at her ADA badge, looking at the life she built, and she is realizing that she might have to burn it all to the ground if she stays. The psychological toll this is taking on her is actually insane. She is a strong, independent, fierce lawyer, and she is being reduced to a trembling mess because the stakes are just too impossibly high. Honestly, seriously, these writers are unhinged for putting us. I am so emotionally invested. I want them to be happy, but I also know that this is Port Charles, and happiness is literally just a waiting room for the next disaster. If Justine keeps this baby, the target on her back is going to be Matt. If she ends the relationship, Sonny might spiral and undo all the progress he just... It's a lose-lose situation, and I am absolutely living for the drama. I had to pause and text my friend immediately like, are they really going to do this? The impossible choices they are facing are just too much. Will Justine sacrifice her career and her safety for love? Will Sonny be forced to resurrect his mob persona just to protect the new, innocent life he created? The vulnerability of this situation is off the chart. Sonny has a new weakness, and the wolves are already circling. I can literally feel the impending doom creep. Will Justine risk her entire world for a future with a reformed kingpin, or will the ghosts of Sonny's past destroy their family before it even... Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily updates.